Hello students, today we'll start part 3 of the chapter Markets Around Us. And in this part we'll study about markets everywhere and markets and equality. Dear students, till now in this chapter we have discussed in the previous videos about different kinds of markets. For example, shopping complexes and malls, weekly markets, shops in our neighborhood, and other kinds of shops. All these markets are in a specific locality and work in a particular manner and time. For example, shopping complexes are situated in big cities and towns. Shops in our neighborhood are particularly located in our locality, and weekly markets are held once in a week on a particular place. However, it is not always necessary that one has to go to the market to purchase goods. Now these days, dear students, you have observed that you can place orders for a variety of things through the phone, internet, etc. and the goods are delivered at your home. So many methods are there for online transactions and online purchasing. Different companies are providing home delivery, and different apps are there in your phone, and different methods are there to purchase the products and goods right from your home. Many people in urban areas as well as in rural areas can enter markets without stepping out of their homes via the internet. Means they have not to go to the markets for purchasing. Without going to the markets, they can purchase different kinds of things whatever they require by sitting at their home, and they can get the home delivery services from different kinds of companies, and they use their credit cards, debit cards, internet bankings and other source of online transactions and make online purchases. So dear students, till now we have discussed about the markets. The markets that we looked at above are the ones that we recognize easily. However, there are markets that we may not be so aware of. This is because of a large number of goods are bought and sold that we don't use directly. For example, a farmer uses fertilizers to grow crops that he purchases from special shops in the city, and they in turn get them from factories. A car factory purchases engine, gears, petrol tanks, axles, wheels, etc. and so many different kinds of spare parts from various other factories. And in one particular factory, these kinds of spare parts are assembled and cars are manufactured. We don't usually see all the buying and selling, but only the final product, the car, in the showroom. But we don't know that from where the car company purchased the tires, wheels, and seats, covers, etc. from other companies. The story is similar for any other good. For example, uh, the cloth you wear, textile, right? The shirt. So you purchase the shirt from the shopkeeper or from retailer, but it has a long story because you don't know from where the raw cotton was purchased. The farmers sell their raw cotton after harvesting from their fields to the traders, and these big traders supply this raw cotton to the industrialist as a raw material in their industries. And then in the industries, by using the raw material and through the machines, there is a process, and then they prepare textile, and by using the textile, that is uh, garments are prepared in the factories. The next topic is markets and equality. Dear students, in this chapter, we have looked at shop owners in a weekly market and those in a shopping complex. There is a big difference between the shopkeepers. They are very different people. One is a small trader with little money to run the shop, whereas other is able to spend a lot of money to set up the shop. The shopkeepers in shopping complexes and malls have invested more, so they get more profit. Clear? Big amount of money is invested in the malls by shopkeepers, but very low amount of money is invested in weekly markets by the shopkeepers. So they get very low profit or less amount of money as output. Let's see this example with a short video clip. Hello, good evening students. You know that we are studying about markets around us, and now I am standing in a market of a small town of Haryana, and till now we have discussed about different kinds of markets like weekly market, shopping complexes, big markets and markets around us, means in neighboring shops or neighborhood. Now we will compare that what is the difference between the big shops and small shops. I am standing here in a shop. You can see in the shop a lot of things are kept here, and the person is working very hard, right? And different kinds of products are there. So this is one kind of shop with big investment. These shopkeepers get the big profit because they have invested in a big amount, right? Now the example of the small shops. So dear students, now I am standing in front of the small shop that is with the low investment. You can see both these shopkeepers have the less amount of the products and they invested low, right? And they get the profit also very low. Now I will take you inside the shop. That is also the example of a small shop, right? This is one kind of weekly market. Here you can see this is the weekly market. Here the different kinds of means the combination is there of different kinds of products like the footwears are there somewhere. These are the winter clothes, right? And yeah. So dear students, I hope that you got my point, and we have taken the example of big shops and small shops. In the small shops, these shopkeepers get less profit because they have the less invested, right? So now we'll discuss about the next topic. So after watching this video clip, we can understand that what is the difference between the big shopkeepers and small shopkeepers. Similarly, buyers are differently placed. There are many who are not able to afford the cheapest of goods while others are busy shopping in malls. Thus, whether we can be buyers or sellers in these different markets depends, among other things, on the money that we have. For example, many people go to the small shops, and even after low prices, they bargain so many times. And because they cannot afford the even cheapest things, clear? So they cannot afford the purchasings in shopping malls and big shops. We have also examined the chain of markets that is formed before goods can reach us. It is through this chain that what is produced in one place reaches people everywhere, right? So in this way, these are the markets through which the people can purchase. When things are sold, it encourages production and new opportunities are created for people to earn. However, do they offer equal opportunities? We will try to understand this through the story of a short in the next chapter. So till now we have discussed. You can see this image of a shopping complex mall. This is big mall, and in these kinds of malls things are very expensive and they are sold at high prices and fixed prices. Clear?